Hi there, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, and this is the Kerbal Space Program. Right, let's see if I can get this thing into orbit. Oh, the thrust to weight ratio is way worse than I thought it was going to be. Going up, obviously, because as I use fuel, I get a better thrust to weight ratio, but I thought it was better than that. Wow. This could be a problem. Are we going to get to 1.2? Okay, 1.2. Wow. Did I really design something with a thrust to weight ratio that low? Apparently I did, so there you go. Let's drop, let's try and move over a little bit, not too much. Problem is, I do have a very long, thin... Right, let's go on the capsule. There we go, that's more or less where I want to be. A little bit more to the a little bit more not to the south. Try and drag my... Oh, this is going poorly. Yeah, I think in many ways the SAS is being really it's overcompensating, so you get that kind of wobble. I'm not turning anything like as much as I want to be. So I've tried turning the SAS off and see if that's going to help, but I'm still going more or less straight up. But I also can't afford to go too far. Well, actually, you can see the rocket itself is so it wasn't really SAS that was the problem. It's the rocket itself. Right, let's put the SAS back on there. The rocket itself is just being extremely reluctant to turn, possibly because of the length of the thing. Hopefully, as I go up in the atmosphere, that'll be less of an issue. I'm also going to throttle down a little bit. I don't want to go transonic. That's one of my big issues. Because if I end up going transonic, the drag really massively increases. And that's when you start to flip completely. Although I've been able to recover this one from really quite large deviations. But I can't get it to... It's going south a lot, so I'm going to have a lot of... I'm going to be on a wacky kind of plane, which is not good. Well, it appears I can turn around, not too bad. I'm going to go faster now. Keeping an eye on my apparatus height. Okay, that was not the gravity turn I wanted, or the flight profile I wanted. But it may not be entirely terrible. It's not, you know, I've seen worse. Right, so this stage is about to run out. So I'm going to throttle up fully. And I'm going to... Actually, no. I was about to say, oh no, I must adjust my staging because the fairing is going to come off at the same time as I punch that engine. But actually, it's not a problem. Now, if I was clever, I would maybe start doing clever things about where exactly I'm pointing at this stage, but I'm not quite sure what would be clever at this point. Right, so I'm going to try and perhaps this is over 75. I do like the fact that I've got a flight computer on board. I don't have to keep clicking to the map view. So I'm going to coast until I get there. Quickly check. No, I'm checking that. My electric charge. My electric charge is what I need to worry about, but the solar panels do seem to be doing the job. I would much prefer if I had solar panels that are unfolded and thus you can get sunlight from more positions. But this will do. Now what I've just done, I've turned off one of the batteries. Now the reason I've done that is if I screw up, and I may well do, and I very often do in fact screw up, I will have a battery in reserve. One of the things I keep doing is I get to the moon and discover that I don't have any electric power and I can't maneuver the spacecraft at all, not even to point the solar panels at the sun, for example. So by turning off the battery, wow, I'm really off. By turning off the battery, it's not going to lose any charge, and therefore if I do get to the moon and I've forgotten to or if the if I get to the moon and I discover that I've my solar panels are pointing the wrong way, I shouldn't run out of power. Now moon is the first target. Where is the moon? The moon is there. So I will circularize and then I can think about going to the moon. Let's move. So I'm pointing at my maneuver targets, 27 degrees, 27 seconds, about 13. How am I doing for fuel? I'm doing reasonably alright. Says I've got quite a chunk of delta V left, so that's good. I really do love the Kerbal Engineer. It's one of my favourite ones. Kerbal Alarm Clock's very good simply because of my particular set of malfunctions, basically. So that's a good one. And I really love Chaos. That's just a fun. I'm just going to go with that. Right, let's call that a victory. Sweet. Now, moon time. You're supposed to do it when the moon's just over the horizon, and I'm just going to say that's going to be there. I probably should try and do a plane chain at some point. Wait, I'm not that bothered, to be honest. So you can see what's going to be happening. I'm going to be going quite a bit beneath the moon. But I can adjust that at any number of points. Specifically, probably there, in fact, probably be my best bet. That will be something I can do at a reasonably small amount of, with a relatively small amount of depth. Now if I can click this, I want to click this such that I'm only clicking on that label. I'm not clicking anywhere. See, oh, there we go. Yeah, I've got it. If I click, if I hover the mouse, you can see a little dot. So if I click at any point there, it's going to try and make me make a maneuver node. Whereas if I click on just the tag and I don't get that little dot, then all I'm doing is I'm activating it such that it will then remind me. It'll keep that number available to me, so I can look at it. So I can do things like play with the. I can put some more energy in. And I can see what my periapsis is going to be around the moon. I have to do it again because I lost it, because I lost the tag. I have to go back and get it. I'm just going to go with that. I can probably adjust it later on. And if I want to do an actual inclination change, I think I'm going to do it there. But I'm only particularly interested. I mean, for the contract, all I need is a flyby. I can, and I don't need to go into a particular orbit. It doesn't really matter. And I'm not trying to take this back, largely because I forgot to put a parachute on it. I was suddenly realizing I could have put a parachute on it, because getting all that data, as it stands, I'm going to have to transmit all my data. But it would have been nice to bring it back, and I could have done the. I could have done that parachute contract at the same time. So there you go. Okay, so we are 40 minutes out. It's going to be a 17-second burn. If I click here, whoops, next maneuver, sweet. Uh, 17-second burn of the 54 point whatever seconds I've got, so it's all good. So I might as well get into an orbit when I get there. It also means that I can then do give me science around the moon contracts automatically. 17 seconds, that's basically just after it goes from 9. I want to wait like half a second and then go full throttle. Just arrange myself as best I can. So far, so not awful. This is actually rather pleasing. Okay, so about 9 seconds. Staring at the clock, very exciting. Staring at the clock and checking to see that my hands are on the right keys. Because I have screwed that up before. 8 seconds to go. Very exciting. 9 and a bit. I rather suspect this is one of those situations where, being super mega pedantically accurate isn't actually as necessary as I seem to think it is. I think I got that wrong. It looks like no, it completely changed the amount of amount delta V needed. Maybe this bit doesn't calculate properly, but that's pretty close. I'm just going to stick with that and say, well done me. Wow, look at that, look at that. Probably what I could have done, maybe, is either work on getting a trajectory back, or and have the parachute and do the parachute mission, or there was one for testing a very small decoupler. I could try that one. Now, do I care about? Whoa! Oh, that's way off. Well, again, I'm not sure I care. Well, yeah, I think it's going to be a very eccentric orbit, but I think that's just fine. Now, can I? Ooh, I can walk to there. That's rather sweet. I didn't know you could do that. So I'm not bothering with a plane change, because I don't have any particular strong feelings about maneuvers. So I'm happy with that. So to be perfectly honest, I want to walk to next maneuver. And I've still got quite a lot of delta V left, so it's saying 8 seconds, but it's been long before. Or would be a good idea to go towards my maneuver node? Wouldn't that be a good idea? I think that would be an excellent idea. I do like that warp to next maneuver. I think that's quite sweet. I'm just going to do a little warp to get even closer. Just an little warp. Nothing too much. There we go. Overcooked it a little bit. Right. We are now... Okay, so... We've got that. That's quite a lot of monies. Now I'm gonna quick save. And we will close this. Can't remember the date. I think it's the 9th, but I'm not sure. Looking up my tablet because I can't remember. 9th of May. Lunar orbit. So I've got a moon orbit, so I don't really need to do anything. What I'm going to do... There's a thing I should have done before getting into orbit, which is check to see if there was a sudden request for... there might have been what am I trying to say? There might have been a contract to getting into a moon orbit. Oh, I can open the... That's right, I made a service bay. Observe Mr. Good. See, this is the pity that I didn't make it so that I could retrieve this, because there'll be a lot of science. But you know, once I give it some temperature data, the temperature data is giving me 8 science just from logging that. And if I can get any closer, I may well be able, because I'm high over the moon, I might be able to get closer and get more science. So that's taking me up to, where's the thing? 92, so that's another thing I can get. So that's cool. So we're going to leave that. We're going to say, hurrah, we are victorious. And I'm going to save that again, actually. I should have done the... is today the 9th? Yes, Saturday the 9th. 2015-0509. Oh, never mind. I should really have put a name to it instead of just the date, but never mind. Just have to remember that's the right one. Or I can remember that if I go to lunar orbit, then I haven't done the... Okay, so perform temperature scans of the moon. Oh no, that's a particular area of the moon. Okay, fine. Oh, test your confirmed, sweet. Oh well. I was hoping for do orbits. No, we're not. I'm not going to take that. Not until I get much better at going to the moon. That's an easy one to do. That's free money, so I shall do that. Specific orbit of Kerbal. Well, I freed that up. That's worth. That's a lot of money. I can get things to specific orbit of Kerbal. So there you go. I should have taken that one first, shouldn't I? Because I could have just done it. Damn it. I'm not very clever. I've taken some stupid contracts. How long is this one going to last for? A day. So I need to do one of these within a day. See, it's not worth very much money, but it might be worth making a very small craft. In fact, I think that's going to be worth making a jet plane for. In fact, yeah, I just need to be going over 200 miles an hour, 200 meters per second. So I'm just going to very quickly sort out a plane to do that, because then I want to get rid of that. That's a really irritating contract that's going to stick there. Now, in theory, I could use it anytime I'm landing something, but I just don't know. I'm always worried when it does this. It makes me assume that there's a problem. But anyway, we're just going to load Science Plane. Science Plane 1. Now, the problem with Science Plane, to do it with Science Plane 1, is I can't... What I want to do is I want to stick this parachute, and oddly enough that won't work. So I want to use a different capsule. Specifically, I want to use this one. Now, that's not going to work. Do I want aerodynamics? I was much more confident in this a moment ago. That there would be something that would well, maybe what I want to do, as absurd as it sounds, is actually use this concept. I mean, in theory it shouldn't work at all. Right, let's go and find the center of, there we go, center of, can we move that? No. Center of thrust, center of mass. Now let's find the center of lift, which is there. So it's still nose heavy, which is what I want. Parachute plane. Okay, so we're going to sort the staging, and we will have the Mark 16 in its own stage. And then these ones will go. Now, I'm not very confident in the. Who's going to part? Kerbal. Kerbal will do. Oops. Launch. That's a lot. I don't know if it's going to survive. I don't know if it's actually going to get to the launch stage without crashing. Well, looks like it might. So far so good, alright. So I'm just going to go to here. So I want to see if oh, there we go. So it really is just going to be a case of when we're going fast enough, hit space and throttle down, I guess. Done. Done and dusted. There we go. See if the game survives. If the game does not survive, never mind. I'm going to call it there, so thanks very much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Meet us at nearlyleftdice.com, or you can find Nearly Left Dice on Twitter or Facebook. And finally, until next time, reach for the stars.